Nothing is going to change unless you put your feet to the ground and say, I'm digging my heels in. I know it's going to be hard. I know I'm going to have pushback. I know it's going to be requiring me to put time into it. When all my friends are out there running around and clubbing and doing this and chasing tail and doing this and doing that and drinking and having fun on the weekends, no, I'm going to be in these charts studying. I'm going to be living my life differently. But they're still going to be out there trying to chase tail, broke as fuck, driving a beater fucking car, ain't doing shit in their life. And you'll be able to pull down annual fucking salaries on a week. You can't even imagine where you're going to be. You can't even imagine it. Whatever you think is your level of success, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. You have no idea when you strip all these limitations that you put on yourself. You shackle yourself with your own mindset. You do it. This is all I can see myself doing right now. When you start making $100,000 a year, you start thinking to yourself, well, shit, that wasn't all that hard. I thought it was really hard. Well, now I'm going to aim for $500,000. And the attempts that you do that, you get there in less than half the time. And you start thinking, well, shit, they say the first $1 million is the hardest one. I'm about there. Boom, in a couple more months, and then you're there. Then you look back and say, $1 million isn't all that much money. And yeah, it took some effort, but it didn't take as much effort as I thought it was going to take. And then you start making $5 million, $10 million. 15 million, 50 million. And I know I'm talking in numbers none of you can fucking comprehend, but it is what it is, folks. It's just math. It's just math. You're compounding the efforts of what you're able to do on the smallest form. In that little cookie cutter mold that I'm going to find 5 handles in the S&P to begin with. And I'm going to let it grow till I can start doing 8 and then 10, or start with 20 in NASDAQ and work towards 30 and 40 to 50. You only got to do them a few times a week, folks. And as your equity increases, you can afford to do more contracts. That compounds, and you keep adding it more and more and more. But the level of risk is always the same. Whatever you associate in terms of your risk, I'm not going to risk more than 1%. But I can't get rich trading with 1%. Bullshit. You can get rich trading with 1/4 of 1%. You have to submit the time. None of you want to do that part, but that's the part you have to submit to. That's the first thing I submitted to when I first started trading. I had a 20-year plan. Imagine me writing a book. How to be successful and retire 20 years as a trader. Nobody's buying that book. Now, in the 80s and the 90s, that would have been a great title because everything was around what? And for you younger folks, you ain't going to know this, but it was all mutual fund. It was when mutual funds and fidelity. Everybody was trying to get people to invest in these mutual funds. And they were projecting, this is what you should do. Average is 12% return on stocks over the course of the years. You put this much money in, your money can compound. You'll have $1 million by the time you're whatever. So I was like, well, shit. If I can make 12% in a mutual fund a year, what happens if I start making 12% a month? And then what happens when I start making 12% every 2 weeks? And then what happens if I make 12% a week? And what happens if I can compound my efforts and find trades that yield 12% in the same day? Suddenly, all these big numbers that were fearful for me as even contemplating as realistic ever to reach for, they became reachable. Because I'm not increasing the level of effort in my trades. All I need is the setup. And as the equity increases in the baseline is whatever it is at the time, it's $100,000, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million account. Whatever that is, the risk percentage is never increasing. So whatever you've adopted as your model is, this is what I'm going to risk. It's going to be 1% or less. It's going to be 0.5%. It's going to be 1/4%. You're trying to tell me you're not satisfied risking 1/4 of 1% of $1 million if you have that in your trading. Okay, it's real money, not funded bullshit. It's real money, and you're able to take down a setup that yields 5 to 8 to 10 times what you're risking. Really? You don't think that that's a good living? 50 fucking grand a week? You can't get rich? Oh yeah, you're fucking great. That's rich. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You failed math. But you have to give yourself time.
Yo! Good morning, everybody. Welcome. First stream of the week. I can't believe it. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. How's you guys this week been? Good, great, grand, wonderful. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, PEJW. Good morning, Deschanel? Wow. Crazy name, but I like it. Good morning, Storm Scalp. Good to see you. Sashin, good morning. Hieroglyphics. I wish I knew your name, man. I'm going to call you 7-0 because that's what it looks like. Good morning, 7-0. Good morning, Nima. Good morning, Dawson. Good to see you, man. Raymond, good to see you. How you guys doing? Vote on the poll, boys. Let me know if you're bullish or bearish or neutral. Let me know what your bias is for the day. Market is opening here in about 1 minute. Market opening in 1 minute. I'm interested to see how we respond right at the open, simply due to, I don't know if you guys saw the plane crash in Washington, D.C. last night. And I don't know if that's going to have any sort of impact at all on the market. So we'll see. But yeah, crazy. I saw a little bit of the footage. Kind of hard to see what exactly happened, but a lot of people floating out the idea that it looks a little suspicious. It looks a little foul play-ish, possibly. But yeah, anyway. It's been a good week so far for me. I've recorded my trades, even though we haven't streamed yet this week. Obviously, I didn't trade Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday won. Yesterday was FOMC. Took 1 loss, 1 win, which both were posted on YouTube. So yeah, I really can't complain. I haven't had a red day since last week. Was it Thursday? So I think it was Thursday. Maybe was it Wednesday? I'd have to go back and look. But looking at price here, market's opening up here, and well, it just opened up actually 30 seconds ago. And my bias going into like looking at price last night, just in the short term here. Let me kind of draw out what I was looking at. I have to go up a little bit here. I was looking at these relative equal highs the NQ put in. We've ran them out now in pre-market. Was eyeing up these highs here. It's the same high. Yeah. So obviously, as you guys can see, we have a bullish, or I'm sorry, a bearish divergence at these highs now. My draw was going to be these highs. We obviously moved up. We actually were moving up quite a bit in Asia. I never trade Asia, but I was I just had charts up last night, and I saw price kind of moving up higher during Asia session last night after the open. We had a pretty decent new day opening gap left. We've traded down now into this structure, kind of working back up towards these highs as well. So we'll see if this SMT ends up holding or not, and pushes price lower. But otherwise, looking here at like the 4-hour and the higher time frames, you have ES that traded up into the new week opening gap. This was the bias at the beginning part of this week. Price trading up towards this new week opening gap, and NQ still has its new week opening gap open. So we could see potentially a little six sister. We could be seeing price going back to all-time highs, to be honest with you. Relative equal highs up the all-time highs on NASDAQ. So yeah, we see price here on the 4-hour, little 4-hour imbalance here that we have still been showing respect to ultimately. One body close inside. We see this 4-hour candle, which closes in 27 minutes, working higher out of there. Just kind of scaling around, jumping around the time frames here, looking at everything. 1-hour inefficiency here, a little bit more prominent. You can see the bodies showing a lot of respect here. Previous 1-hour candle, changing the state of delivery above that. Candle close, 15-minute. 5. Yeah, that's kind of choppy in here. This looks pretty clean though if we leave this. Possibly open, but let's jump back down here. Drop down to the 1 minute, boys. And check regular trading hours. Opening range gap, look at that. Got ourselves we'll just call it a 150 point gap here. 147 and a quarter. See if price wants to dig down into that first quadrant or not. Otherwise, we could see this thing just expand higher. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. No first presentation as of yet. Day Chanel. Bullish today. We are about to print an epic bull trap. An epic bull trap? I like the sounds of that. I like the sounds of that. We got crypto pumping up nice. We got Bitcoin at 105, XRP at 310. My buddies were letting me have it while we were dipping there for a little bit. Funny how that works, right? Yeah, Asia's been moving a decent amount since the inauguration. I don't plan on ever trading Asia session, but it's just kind of disappointing because I feel like it takes away from New York session a little bit. You know? All right, we got ES trading into that 5-minute bullish fair value gap. I don't know if we'll leave it or not. We did basically sweep the recent high on ES. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. We just swept the recent high. Unable to close above that, so that looks kind of weak. We'll see if that 5-minute BISI gets respected or not. It's not looking like it has a good chance to. We'll see. I think the thing that looks the most bullish is this opening range gap on NQ. Other than that, though, I mean, we've got wondering if we're gonna dig down into the new day opening gap or not below this low. Bullish SMT for the moment with these lows here. ES is not below these lows. NQ is. And then, yeah, as far as the news goes today, advanced GDP and unemployment pre-market. We have pending home sales here at 10 a.m. So a little medium impact folder. This would technically be your first presentation. You include that volume imbalance. The only thing I don't love is that we left this big imbalance right below that. When you guys have a first presentation like this, where you got this big imbalance right below it, I'm genuinely asking, do you guys include this? Do you guys look at this as your first presentation? How do you guys like to draw it up? Am I breaking an ICT rule if I were to look at it like that? Let me know. ES is showing respect to that 5-minute BISI after all. We might be in business. We came down to the first quadrant of the opening range gap, boys. We might be in business for these longs if this holds. Kind of would like to see at least like a maybe like a 1-minute change in the state of delivery or something before sniping an entry here. Pretty early still, obviously. 8 minutes into the open. Tapping into first presentation. ES pushing new highs. Yeah, SMT everywhere. I buy crypto, Isaiah, on Coinbase. And then I have most of it on a ledger, cold storage. I do have some still on Coinbase, but yeah, you definitely don't want to hold your crypto on an exchange, kind of just generally speaking. The old saying, not your what is it? Not your, what's the fucking saying? I'm brain farting right now. Oh my god. Anyway, you don't need to. What is the saying? I'm brain farting right now. Not your seeds, not your crypto, not your crypto. I feel like that's not the right saying. Anyway, on a ledger, it's your seed phrase. It's your crypto. On the exchange, you don't actually own the crypto. You don't own it until you get it off. But yeah, I use Coinbase. You normally just use the FVG, not the other one. Okay. So yeah, so you're telling me I've got this drawn incorrectly then, or how you would do it as well. I was just curious. Just a little awkward formation here with this big fair value gap here. I don't know if you guys would include it like that or not. I understand technically this is the first presentation. This is the second fiddle. We did get a 5-minute change in the state, you could say, because we closed the previous 5-minute candle above here, and this was the drive down that swept this liquidity, formed this manipulation, formed the SMT. So I don't know. It's still kind of tight though. Just waiting. We inverse first presentation. We'll see if we just push right off of it and just keep running here. I don't know. I'm just trying to avoid like jumping in too early. It's still early in the AM session here. We're only 10 minutes in open. I'm avoiding trying to jump in too early and then we just kind of chop for 10 more minutes, 20 more minutes. Just like you could say SMT at this low, you could say SMT at the high right now as well, because ES is pushing new highs here. So I think I'm just going to be an observer for a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? George, what's good, man? Look at the market, how it works for you. Don't worry about ICT rules. Yeah, I know. I was just wondering what you guys thought about the specific structure we had. Not your keys, not your crypto. That's it. Thank you, Ben. Not your keys, not your yes. Your keys, boys. That was the word I was looking for. I couldn't find it. Not your keys, not your crypto. It's your keys once you get it on a cold storage ledger. I think there's other ones out there. I have a ledger. And the only advice would be don't buy a ledger off of like Amazon or something. Like buy a new ledger from Ledger. Don't buy a ledger anywhere else if you're gonna buy one. Especially if you've got like a good chunk of change in crypto. Yeah, just don't keep it on the exchange. Just use the exchange for buying and selling. That's it. The only time you should have crypto sitting on your exchange is when you're, you might be getting close to selling it or something, taking profit. So like as XRP keeps climbing here, I have target areas in mind where I'm going to take profit. So I'll just kind of send a little bit of XRP to Coinbase as I'm getting ready to sell it, is my plan. The Nvidia dip. Yeah, I was tempted. I didn't buy it. I mean, I was also very tempted to throw a chunk of change just into the Nasdaq. With that little dip we had. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm pessimistic. Maybe I'm just like wanting to see more pain in the market. But I just held off because I don't know. I'm not gonna be like overly surprised if we see a bigger dip than what we've gotten. But I'm not gonna be mad if we don't either, you know what I mean? But yeah, that little dip, I don't feel like that dip really caused like a whole lot of pain. Or fear. So I'm kind of waiting for that. But I got the old Charles Schwab account ready to buy some Nasdaq ETFs, S&P. Does anybody do anything with REITs? Real estate, investment trusts. Does anybody in the chat got any REITs in their portfolio? I was debating adding some of that, some REITs. I don't have any as of right now. Good morning, Maida. Yep, Rinks marked out that SMT at the highs. You're definitely right. There's a little bit of higher time frame bearish SMT. So we got our eyes on that. I usually gauge things. I know things are moving in the markets, making people feel a certain type of way. When my old man starts calling and he's like, "Oh, what should I do? I hear we're down in the last couple of days. What should I do?" I'm like, "Fucking relax, pal. Are we gonna crash more, you think?" Maybe. Well, should I wait for a bigger crash before I put some money in? Like, do you plan on selling in the next 2 years and taking profit? Well, no. I'm like, well, then who gives a shit? Just fucking throw some money in. Whatever happens, happens. If it goes lower, buy some more. Pretty simple. Oh, okay. Yeah, I talked to my financial advisor. He said that was pretty good advice. Look at this push, boys. Look at this push. So obviously obliterated the bearish SMT at these highs here. We had SMT at these highs at that moment. Not anymore, obviously. I like the idea of possibly playing the continuation long, though, if we can get this retracement down in here. We got macro in a minute and a half. And, you know, first buy side target, honestly, would be... This would kind of be optional, but the new week opening gap. Yeesh. Look at this thing just running straight up. 942, 943 down on this BPR. But yeah, like, look at this. This is the only... So, like, this 5-minute change in the state, if you were entering off of this... Yeah, you really had to give yourself some grace with your stop here. If you were trying to be stingy with it at all, you probably got wicked out. My goodness, dude. Hold up. Hold the phone, NASDAQ. Jesus. Come back. Relax, buddy. Get your ass back here. My God. You for real right now? Don't wait for us. We'll catch up. Hopefully. Well, this is what I'm eyeing up if we can get it. Little retracement down into there. Maybe go below this swing low here. Yeah, it's a lot of points. Maybe I'll just go below this second fair value gap candle in this sequence here. This would be a lot of PD arrays failing, obviously, if it got all the way below this low here. Yeah, let's see if we can get this pullback. It might just rip without me. Macro starting now. But if we can pull back the equilibrium of this move, I'll definitely hop in. Bearish SMT at those higher time frame highs wiped out. Well, actually, no. I take it back. NQ's trading above it. ES is right there. It's about to take it out. I'm just going to delete it because that shit's cooked. Tyler, I need generational wealth. So I got this idea of making a meme coin with your name, and you promote it, and we share profits. Are we just going to rug pull everybody? I don't think I'm famous enough to start a meme coin. Let's see. All right, guys, I got my hand over the buy button here. I'll be hopping in long if we can hit equilibrium of this price leg. Stop's going to go below basically these imbalance candles here. We'll see if we can get it. Maybe rebalance some of these structural highs. Coming on awfully fast.
Order filled.
All right, I went and hopped in there. A couple ticks. It looked like it kissed it, and I might have. So there's my fill, boys. Put my stop in place here. And then I'm taking up the new week opening gap. There's the entry. Bad trade? No. You think we're full blown reversing? You think this move down was too quick? It scared you a little bit? We did, by the way. Hang on. Nice little reaction here so far. Knock on wood. We did, by the way, though. This just to point it out, just so you guys know I'm not blind. This SMT is still here, technically. We still have this high intact. So maybe that's why somebody might say it's a bad trade. I don't know. But if that's why you're saying it, I just wanted you to know that I see it as well. Okay? Just so you know I'm not blind, right? See if we can. I'd love to see it just immediately disrespect that gap there. Just rip, buddy. Just rip for us, buddy, old pal. Do it for the one time. If we could do that, I think I could justify removing risk right away. Because then I wouldn't want to see that be reclaimed. We're in macro right now. New hourly candle coming in 4 minutes. And the 4-hour candle closes here in 4 minutes as well. Bad trade though, JD. 50-minute candle can be a wick. Yeah, I understand. I understand. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and take that risk off. 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah, nice little reaction here, boys. Right off that equilibrium. Oh, my God. Nuke. What the fuck? Nice. That's not good. I can always re-enter this move if I can stop that break even, but I'm going to let it show me it's going to respect if we run that low out. And then I could hop back in it if I want. Looking good. Oh, yeah, fuck. Oh, shit. Just in 106K Bitcoin. Nice. What was that candle? Jesus.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm south at break even for the moment, boys. I can rejoin the move if I want to, but I'm gonna let this marinate a little bit. I want to see it hold here. Deeper dig down into OTE right now. We might be flipping. So I'm going to delete this so nobody gets confused. I'm not in anything at the moment. If any newcomers join and they think that's a trade idea that I'm in. My goodness, look at the speed. I do think it's funny though. All right, yeah, I think we're good, boys. Literally within 2 seconds, candle just... That's funny. Hmm. 5-minute gap being traded into at the moment. Alrighty. New hourly candle coming up here, boys. New 1 hour and 4 hour. Oh my god. So, yeah, I mean, if I think this move is going to continue or still play out, I mean, I don't know. This move is pretty sharp. So that idea might be cooked, but I'm waiting. It's still valid as of now until it's obviously not, but waiting for a swing low to be put in. Once a swing low is in, I could hop in on that next candle and then put my stop below wherever that swing low is. But if we don't get that, then might have to scale back out and reassess some things. You're still bullish after that? I'm not saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. The chat is always so quick to jump to conclusions. Sometimes I'm just thinking out loud. It's possible that I could still be bullish, yes. But obviously, using some context here, like I said, this is a very fast and sharp move down, so. It's opening me up to the bears. You feel me? Where was your stop? My stop, I got stopped at break even, by the way, but my stop was below this this fair value gap candle low here. So yeah, that would have been ran out if I would have left the trade on. A lot of bullish PD raise failing, right? So that's the thing that makes you start to flip bearish. If you're bullish, you didn't want to see any of this get totally disrespected, right? The 5-minute, this was kind of the last thing that could hold price up. Would be like, obviously this 5-minute candle came up and closed 2 minutes ago. It closed inside this 5-minute gap. We're respecting it. Now this one is totally blowing it away. right? So at that point, it's pretty safe, I would say, to say, okay, we're probably going lower. Does that make sense? Look at that shit. I just think it's crazy how I literally just got done saying, I'm like, oh yeah, I think this SMT is gonna get disrespected. Look how close we get. And then we leave it by a point on ES. Leave it by a point on ES. That's a crazy thing. That's why it's like if you're trading turtle soups off of SMTs and like you're putting your stop above a high that shouldn't be disrespected because it would take away the SMT. Like you really got to leave your stop at that high. Otherwise, if you cheated at all, you could be, you know what I'm saying? Could be not good for you. Let me zoom out here. I need to recalibrate and look for, I mean, target, new day opening gap still wide open. And you got sell side here. Yeah, NQ is picking up some speed here. I'm sorry, this is a previous new day opening gap from Monday. Just look at that previous 1 hour candle, would you? Would you look at that? Just look at it. You have ES currently trading up into this gap. NQ is staying weaker. What a move, though. Did anybody catch the shorts here? I don't know. Some wizard you are? Fuck. Any market wizards catch the short there? JD Dutch was saying my long was bad, so maybe he caught it. I don't know. Glad I went risk free though. Little break even. Never hurt anybody. You catched it, but also lost some trying to long first. Oh, you're up, so. JD Dutch says he thinks he'll enter in the gap here. All right, so are you in? I'm not in anything as of yet, obviously. The data feed lags? I don't know. Not that I've noticed. Sometimes it can be a little jumpy on Topstep X. I've noticed. I'm watching the 5-minute chart above here on my other monitor. Potentially about to leave a 5-minute gap above this high. If we don't tap into it, we could leave a breakaway there. Obviously slowing up a lot here, though. At current new day opening gap, 50% of the opening range gap. That's why I'm just sitting here waiting. If we can get through this, I think we could go all the way to 367. And then I'd like to try to play that. But just not wanting to jump the gun here too early and then have us reverse all the way back into this range. All right, so 5-minute gap. Trading above this high is the 5-minute gap. See if we tap it or we leave it open. But yeah, crazy little early action here going on here in the macro. Top of the hour. Crazy manipulation higher, distribute lower. We've taken up both sides of this range here internally. Where do we go from here? Where, oh where do we go from here? Where, oh where, Mr. Market? London and Asia absolutely wiped out on both sides. And on the NASDAQ. Where, oh where, Mr. Market? Wherefore art thou going?
Why? Mr. Market, why?
Mr. Market. Mr. Market, why? Tyler, why would you ever be bullish? Ever.
And as for me, I like the stock.
As for me, I just like the stock. All right, 5-minute gap being tapped into here. Nice respect here, this 1-minute candle. Let's see if it holds. If we can start pushing lower, I like the idea of hopping in a short. Big if, though. Staying patient. Macro is over. You know what I'm saying, boys? The only thing I'm debating now is do I want to, do I just want to impulse entry or preferably wait for like a 1-minute change in the state, close below here. Just because we're outside the macro, I might wait for that. Set up a position that looks something like this. a big move. We'll see if we get it or not. I'm going to go ahead and delete these opening range gap quarter levels just to kind of clean up the chart a little bit. Not in anything yet. You're using Tradeovate with Tradeify and it's laggy. I'm logged into Tradeovate. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, fuck, my thing's covering it. Yeah, I'm logged into Tradeovate right now on my trading view chart and everything seems fine. I'll pay more attention though. If I notice it's lagging, I'll let you know. The move lower was definitely the manipulation. Move higher, very possible. Yeah, one long taken so far for me. Nice reaction initially. Stopped at break even for anybody just hopping on. So one break even trade for me so far. We're up $10.56. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Down that red dirt road, it's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car. I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. I learned that happiness on earth ain't just for profitable day traders. I come to know there's life at both ends of these NASDAQ candles. Cheers. Wow, that macro ended and we just started snoozing, didn't we? I knew you were good people. Hell yeah. 10,000. Wait, W 10,056? Your comma's throwing me off there, Ada. Or 1,056. You waiting for the Pelosi signal? Yeah, let us know. Let us know if Pelosi sends any signals. We could use that. I go back to sleep. Wait for Asia. Oh, guys, I did leg day yesterday. First time in 2025. Probably gonna be the last. No, I'm just joking. First one for 2025 though. I like to do like one leg day every 3 weeks. Nah. Yeah. Oh, so sore. Your boy's been getting after it in the gym. Your boy's been trying to make some gains, boys. Get a head start on the summer bod. Just trying to look good naked, you know? She's too drunk? It's Nancy Pelosi we're talking about here, not Kamala Harris. Come on now. I think Nancy's doing dry January. It's still January, right? Yeah. Good old Nance. Well, shit, I might go grab another cup of coffee if we're just going to sit here and chop around. I have no problem with this, though. Like, I would have been I'd prefer this than, you know, trying to, like, let's say price just gives us, like, a tiny little change in the state of delivery here, and then, like, we enter, and then it just goes back into the range anyway. Like, I'd rather it do this, and then we avoid a loss than to, like, you know what I'm saying? Color outside the lines ever so gently, and then we get effed, you know? So this is fine. Let's see what we get. What we get. What we get. I just wonder if we're going to be waiting for the macro or if we're going to actually set something up here in this next 30 minutes. 'Tis the $1,000,000 question. You are a Lelek for skipping leg day? What is a Lelek? I don't know what that is. What do I got? What do I got to do leg day for at this point? Let's be honest. What am I training for? As long as I do them every now and then, you know? It's not like I'm sitting here playing semi-pro football or anything. Glutes are the new pecs. Well, yeah, well, that's a good thing that I got some cakes on the old girl. Come on. I had to put flashers on when I'm going in reverse. The donk, dude. Come on. The good Lord made sure that it bestowed such cakes on a good steward of the cakes in me. I do thank him for that. Very grateful. Now, does that mean that I should neglect the glutes? Obviously not. Obviously not. But, you know what I mean? I just like to give them what they need. I don't want to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I've never actually done the glute busters in the gym. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where like you lay down on the, sometimes it's a machine. Otherwise, some people will do like a barbell with like a little pad, and then they just do those hip raises. I call those glute busters. I've never done those. Yeah, I might go get another cup of coffee here, boys. I think I got time. Hang on, you guys don't go anywhere. I will be back in like as long as it takes me to pour a cup of Joe, all right? BRB, don't you touch that dial. Don't you dare. Oh. Oh. I went out into the world and I came back in. I lost Mary, aka my coffee. Oh, but I got her back again. In trading these charts tonight, it feels like I found a long lost friend. It's where I hit my first stop loss. It's where I blew my combine account. Where I punched a hole through my first monitor. I tore it all to pieces. Oh, yeah. Well, I feel bad for anybody trying to chase this, honestly. Chase this or fade this, whatever way seems to be probably not feeling great. Happy with just sitting here waiting for something. I feel like this must be like what it felt like to be on the Titanic. Like after it sank, you're just sitting in the lifeboats waiting for that next macro ship to come get you. Can we sustain this? Come on. Can we sustain and displace? What do you got? That'd be awfully clean if you did. That'd be pretty clean if you did something like that for us, NASDAQ. Put a smile on my face. I don't know if I should keep this first presentation on my chart. I don't like it because it's just kind of sitting here in the middle. But we'll leave it on for good measure. First presentation, boys. First presentation. Come on. Top right. Oops. There we go. Something nice and aesthetic like that for us. Dude, I kind of like this. What are we going to do here? 1 minute change in the state of delivery. Oh my god, I'm tempted, honestly. Oh, how many points is this? Oh. Alright, here's my one trade in between the macros. I think I might try this. I might try this long. Or I'd say I meant 5 minute change in state. My bad. Hang on, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm not in yet. You'll hear the order fill when I'm in. Yeah, come on, little devil, you. Come on, you little devil, you. What do you got?
Order filled.
All right, guys. This is going to be my one attempt not in a macro. Okay? One attempt not in a macro. I am in long right now. Feels 593. Stops 550. You bitch. Immediately inverses the gap. Unreal. Immediately inverses the gap. Run that stop. Pluto, you dick. All this singing I've been doing for you. Yeah, it doesn't look good though. That's not good. I did not want to see that. I wanted to see like we maybe wick that gap and go. This was the thought process, obviously. 5 minute. That close right there. Thought maybe I could steal one. Fuck. I'm gonna let it hit my stop if it's gonna hit it though. Oh fuck, sorry. Not even showing you guys the right screen. This 5 minute close. There. We'll see. We got a chance if we form a swing low here and leave it. That's it though. Doesn't look great in the 1 minute. Great risk reward though. 432 risk, 1500 TP. Yeah, we're hitting the 1 minute BPR right now. Wicking out of it might be the death of me. We'll see. I needed to disrespect. Show the stop loss getting hit.
Order filled.
Yeah, shucks. That's what I get for trading outside the macros, dude. That's where I lose the most. Oh my god. Wrong. All right. There we go. Finally some movement here at 10:30. Down 413. Nothing the boys can't handle. Nothing the boys can't handle. Wriggles, damn. I know. Fuck. Gosh darn it. Shoot! Jax, what you doing, buddy? Okay. But what the fuck? Where do you live? The Hunger Games? The Hunger Games. Well, just like that. Wasn't patient long enough. Wasn't patient long enough. Just jumped the gun a little too early there. Literally the last minute or two of that 30-minute candle. This was a wick, boys. Especially with this 15. Oh man, son of a gun. I hate when it does that shit. My fault. Not looking to short though. No, I can be, yeah, but I'm not gonna short like right this second. What would it look like? I said I was only going to take one trade, not in a macro. So I had to immediately be going against what I told you guys. If I did do that. I don't always break my rules, but when I do, it's on stream. Bro, what? Oh, okay. ES hitting the 1 minute gap currently that I have marked out here on NQ. I'm wondering if this is going to get real heavy fast. With NQ not hitting the gap. Framing out this idea. Haven't entered though. This is the only thing I'm not liking. Is the 15 minute opened up. Didn't realize I was showing you guys this screen the whole time. 15 minute opened up. We wick down, take this low, and now we're going back higher. So we manipulated at the beginning of this 15-minute candle. Now we're trading back up into the range, so that's why I'm not like just YOLOing into shorts here. My bad, I didn't know I was sharing the wrong screen. So one break even, one loss, minus 413 right now. Try to long, stop that break even. What? Tried 2 longs, I guess, actually, yeah. 2 longs, 1 break even, 1 loss. And now you can see we immediately inverse here. So it's like, I don't know, I'm just not. It's like I haven't seen this form clean enough for me to like confidently say I want a short yet. And I also am not confident to trade this inversion right now either. So I'm going to do what I failed to do on this setup here, and I'm just going to sit here and wait a little bit. A little bit more. See, that's what I'm thinking, Pluto. I don't know what it is. Just something about it feels off. Probably because we're outside the macro right now. Doesn't mean it can't play. We got an SMT with this swing low here. It's not much, but it's there. But might, the way that this is shaping out now, this actually might set up a long coming into this following hour here. We will wait and see. Oh, man. I never did check the poll, though, hey. 50% of the chat is bullish. 27% bearish, 23% neutral. Gonna end that before people start changing their votes. That's right. Locked it in. Locked it in, kids. No changing your answers now. PD array mean premium and discount? Yes. Yep. I think so. If it doesn't, then I thought it meant something else the whole time. You're going to trust the daily because it's higher. Okay. Four days completed. Oh my God, Pluto. I know the feeling. There's nothing worse than being like a day away from qualifying and then you just like lose 3 trades in a row. God. That's the worst. But that's like when you're most likely to go on tilt because you're like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm so close I can taste it. So then you try tilting yourself back to green, and then before you know it, your funded account ain't so funded anymore. Yeah, it's kind of like even with combines too. It's like if you're on a combine, I'm totally cool with being more risky, like in the first state, like the first half, and then like as you near the profit target, like throttling back the risk a little bit, right? Because I mean, in the beginning, it's like whatever, all bets are off. But once you get close, that's the worst. That's the worst is when you get so close and then you lose it. Man, that sucks. I've had plenty of combines where I get like within a couple $100 and then I, turn into a shell of myself and all of a sudden I'm trying to force it and next thing I know the account's gone. I'm like, oh, sick. Hell yeah, brother. Guys will see this and say, hell yeah. Trump in 20? Trump's supposed to speak? You're lying. Trump is supposed to speak? Are you lying? Where do I see that? Where does a boy like me? What is a girl like you doing in a guy like me? Working on a 150K combine right now for some reason. Luck's been so bad with them. Yeah, you know what? For some reason, I also seem to mentally... There's definitely a mental difference for me as well, dealing with 50Ks versus 150Ks. And I don't know if it's like... Maybe it's the P&L numbers. I don't know, actually. But I know what you're saying, if that helps. If you had to win 30 million from a lottery, would you stop trading? Just curious. No. I would not stop trading. No, sir. I would have a lot of money to put into a live account though. But even with that, like I think people I just think people viewed trading so ass backwards, and I understand because I viewed it the same way when I first started trading. Like when I first started trading, I remember seeing somebody with a compound calculator and they were showing like, oh, if you make, 3, 4, 5, 6% a day trading and you start with a small amount of money and you put it into a compound calculator and you do that over the course of like a year, 2, 3, 4 years, like it turns into like a small amount of money making a small percentage every day turns into such a huge number. So I feel like a lot of people, when they come into trading, they look at that and they're just like, oh my God, I can start with $1,000, $500, whatever it is. And if I make 3-4% a day, then 2 years from now, I'm going to be so rich. My family's going to be set, man. And then anybody that's been trading for a year or two, like, you realize how so stupid that is to even like you would judge somebody if somebody came to you and they're like, yo, I just started trading. I'm going to make my goal is to make 3% every single day. Like, you would just laugh at them. Anybody that's been trading for a bit would just laugh and be like, yeah, okay, you'll find out. You know? So the way that like, so if I won $30 million, just to put this in perspective, maybe I would put like, I don't know, 500 grand into a trading account and trade it. I think what people don't understand is like trading. I really don't think trading is a tool that should be used to create wealth from being broke. I think it's just going to make people more broke. Now, prop firms do help with that, obviously, right? You can get an account. Let's say you get a 150K account, you pass it, you're $300 out the door to get activated into an XFA. And like, you've seen people turn that into crazy P&Ls. So, you know, I don't want to say it's not possible. Anything is possible in trading. That's the cool part. But just in terms of being realistic, it's like, well, bro, the reality is you should keep pursuing multiple streams of income, whether it's a business, your job, whatever. Like, you should keep trying to advance in these other areas and ways of making money, because it's just going to help with your trading. But you need money to make money. It is what it is. Whether it's trading, whether it's real estate, whether it's investing in the markets, like, you need money. Where does that money come from? Right? Like, it's got to come from somewhere. So the reality is, you shouldn't bank on it coming from trading, is my point. But like, once you have a lot of money or enough money, you just have more options, and it allows you more freedom to trade freely and without the emotional stress of needing to pay your bills. And then it's funny how much easier trading becomes, because you're not living and dying so much with every single trade. But I think a lot of that kind of comes from like the scammy Forex gurus, right? Where it's like, hey, you know, you broke SOBs. Sign up for my trading MLM, or sign up for my trading course or my trading mentorship, and I'm going to take you from being broke to, realistically, they're going to take you to being more broke, but they'll have you thinking that you're going to become a 6-figure, 7-figure trader from nothing, while they're making fortunes off of your course fee. So I kind of think that's where that all stems from, but it's not reality. Like, trading is so risk heavy that it's like, you'd be silly to be putting all of your net worth and portfolio into trading, bro. Like, it's just not. You should have so many other eggs in so many other baskets first. I'm just being honest. You know, you're just gonna lose money in the beginning. It is what it is. There's no way around it. If you're gonna be a day trader, you're gonna pay market tuition to start your trading career. It's just, I really don't think you're gonna. Anybody that says they've never blown an account, I just think they're full of shit. There's no way. Don't buy it. I don't believe it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but like, it's just so unlikely. Sounds like a skill issue. Exactly. Yeah. It's a skill issue. That's fine. Do you make anything from live streaming? Flam tap boom? I mean, I get my stream is monetized, so I make a little bit from live streaming. I don't make much from live streaming. I think YouTube pays me, like last month I got $185. It's kind of where it's been for the little while now, like a couple $100 a month from YouTube ad revenue. So it's not a lot, might buy me like a week of groceries or something. But obviously I'm affiliated with Topstep, so obviously I do get a commission when people use my link and purchase a combine account with Topstep. So if you view that as like, yeah, you get paid for live streaming, you could say that, but otherwise, no. I mean, like, I don't have anything to sell. No courses, no mentorships, nothing. Full-time income from I mean, it's trading is supplement. It's not my biggest stream of income. Yeah, trading is supplemental for me. It is what it is. I think a lot of people want to sell the idea of being a full-time trader to the public, but the people that say that, they're always people that have something to sell you, a course, a mentorship, a Discord, or all three. I don't know, dude. It's like, I appreciate you guys showing up late, showing up to the stream, building the community in the chat, having some fun. Whether you think I am a good trader or a bad trader, that's your opinion. You're welcome to have whatever opinion you have. And at the end of the day, whether I make money on a trade or lose money on a trade, it doesn't affect you at all, right? Like, nothing really changes. And same with me. If I go watch someone else and they make money on a trade or lose money on a trade, my bank account doesn't change at all. Tyler sells ICT speeches. ICT is making me a lot of money through that ad revenue, boys. Hang on, I missed a lot of chats. Macro is starting, by the way. So I'm trying as we near closer to the macro, I'm trying to look at the chart and focus a little bit more and anticipate something, but and let me see what I missed. Well, the thing with Forex scammers, Pluto, is like, a lot of them obviously use MetaTrader and they promote unregulated CFD brokers. Like, I saw someone sent me a one of my buddies sent me a TikTok of TJR yesterday, and it was like a new video. He was like, I actually can't believe that guy is still promoting CFD brokers in 2025. He's promoting Hero FX. It's an unregulated offshore CFD Forex broker. Why does he promote it? Because he's an affiliate for that broker. He gets money off people's deposits. I mean, you can work out different deals with these Forex brokers and get commissions different ways, but I think for the most part, people get commissions one of two ways. They get commissions from people's deposits. So like, if people put a lot of money in these brokers, they'll get a commission for those deposits, whatever the percentage is, and then there's like a commission per trade. So like per lot traded, they get a commission for that. So, they'll be like getting people to trade a lot, whether it be through signals or whatever. I know people in my past that they did that. This is like before I really knew how deep the rabbit hole goes with like Forex scamming. But but they'd hook people up to bots, and they would just have this bot going nonstop, like placing hundreds of trades a day, like tiny little scalps. All because it was racking up the affiliate commissions associated with those CFD Forex brokers. Does that make sense? So, yeah, it's just not good, dude. And then, like, you got a lot of people that they'll put a lot of money in these accounts, and then, like, they wonder why they can't pull their profit out. Like, they'll put in money. Maybe they make some money. They flip an account. They get lucky, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, the Forex broker says, oh, well, they let you withdraw a certain amount, maybe, like, above your deposit. So, like, let's say you put in 10K, they let you take out up to like 15 or 20K, and then they just freeze your shit. They just say, all right, yep, you're good. We're locking your account up and you can't get any more money out. That is so common in the CFD Forex space. Very, very, very common. And there's nothing you can do. It's unregulated. It's not like, congratulations, you put your money into an account somewhere in a remote island off of Madagascar, Africa. Like, what did you expect? So, I don't know. For that reason, I'm just very anti-CFD, anti-Forex, world. Like if you're going to trade Forex, use forex.com, use Owanda, use something regulated in the United States. It's illegal to trade on CFDs anyway. You can't even just Google, is it illegal to trade CFD brokers in the United States? It's a yes. There's no gray area. It's yes. Cane Trader supposedly doing 250K days. Selling a $100 mentorship is one of the best ones I've seen so far. Cane Trader supposedly doing 250K days, but selling a $100 mentorship is one of the best ones I've seen so far. I mean, you know, and I don't want to speak too much on like these other people. Obviously, you know, if people want to sell a course or whatever, it's their prerogative. And at the end of the day, if people want to buy it, that's also their right. You know what I mean? If somebody likes somebody and then they want to buy something from them, I can't sit here and say, oh, it's a scam or whatever. The only way I could say that would be like if I knew deep down in my heart of hearts that somebody was flat out lying about their results. And here's the only problem with people. I'm not meaning to pick on TGR here, but like the problem with the CFD world and you know, trading on these Forex brokers as well, they're so shady. Like they can fake your results for you. It's all open source. So like they could go put in fake deposits, withdrawals, and profits on your account for you. It's all demo. And you can market that to gain credibility. Like I today could go get a partnership with a CFD Forex broker. I could say, hey, I want a 250K account that looks real. It says live. It's not, but it says it is. And I want you to fabricate this crazy success story for me. And boom, now I could post about it, make TikToks about it, sell it, and then sell a course, right? Like it's unethical, but people do it. That's exactly what happens in the trading space. So, you know, I have no problem with people selling mentorships or courses. You know, I just prefer, but the thing is, if you're gonna buy a course or mentorship from somebody, at that point I would say you are entitled. You're entitled to knowing more about the person, right? You're entitled to knowing more about, I guess, their results, frankly, because you're paying them based on the results they're selling, you know? So I think you're entitled to more. You know, when you watch somebody live, like you guys aren't entitled to anything. You know what I mean? Whatever I share with you guys is all like what I personally want to share. There's nothing that entitles you to, like, you don't need to know anything about me, you know? Because I have nothing to sell you. Well, let's lock in here for a few minutes, boys. Let's lock in here. I don't want to miss something here. We're in the macro. We waited all this time. If we're going to expand for these lows to the left, I would like to catch it. Let's lock in. We can pick up on the rant where we left off here in a little bit. Let's lock in. Come on. What? Yes, 1 minute's kind of ugly, ain't it? I think this is maybe what's throwing me off the most about this 1 minute internal structure is this. I think this is kind of what's throwing me off a little bit. Low resistance liquidity run at these highs and no SMT with ES. You see how like just smooth this looks? This is the only thing that's kind of messed with me. Looking at this 1 minute chart at least, but 5 minute chart, this looks hella bearish. So that's why I'm kind of scaling up right now. You can see this 5 minute inefficiency being left. Do we tap into it though? This wick is digging down into this candle. 15 minute. Yeah, look at this 15 minute. See if we can find something in here. It definitely looks like it's wanting to draw for 367. got this little 2-minute imbalance here. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of just sifting through trying to find some stuff here where it looks feasible to grab an entry. 2-minute, 3-minute, yeah, 3-minute gap. This 3-minute gap lines up a little bit nicer with this low here. Could see this be left as a breakaway possibly. So I wonder what a position like this could look like. Stop above this fair value gap candle. Try to run it down. 3-minute candle closing here in 30 seconds. Yeah, probably try for something like this. This looks pretty good. Hopes would be this stays open, right? I don't really want to. I don't want a 62-point stop loss. 8 points. 135 ticks. Yeah, so I will try to grab this. Or I'm gonna try to grab this if we can get this little retracement back up into here. That'd be nice. Right here at the top of the hour. If she just falls, it is what it is, man. You know. Come on, reach up there. Give us a nice little wiki poo. This would be nice too with the opening of the new hour. Manipulation, wick higher. Distribute lower, power of 3. Be sick. Be fucking so sick, bro. Oh my god, it'd be so sick. So sick, dude. I'm keeping my eye on ES because sometimes it can be a little sneaky. Sometimes ES will sneak up in there and tap it, and then NQ won't, or vice versa. And the tap of either one of them, I think, constitutes an entry. And if we leave both of them as breakaway, well then, that's quite unfortunate. Aw, dude. Bro. Look at this, bro. Little 1-minute gap here. Nice. Man. Love being a day trader. Ah. I just don't want to enter here and then it comes up here anyway. I feel like we've seen that movie before. Here's what I'm gonna do, bro. I don't normally do this. Tell you what though. I'm gonna do like a tiny little position right here.
Order filled.
Tiny little short position here, and I'm gonna add the rest if we can get all the way up here. All right. So at least I get something. I don't know. I'm literally in 3 micros right now. I'll add like 3 or 4 more up here at the 3-minute gap. So average fill, if it tags me in up here, average fill would be moved to somewhere down in here. Still got a over 1 to 2 risk reward. Stop above this candle high. All in the hopes that we leave this as a breakaway gap. Break away my gap for me. Break away my gap, please. Hey, market, will you break my gap, please? Thanks. Hey, market, you see that? See my gap there? Yeah, pretend it's my grandmother's hip and just break it. Eh. Yeah, break it away, please. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the 5-minute. Yeah, I'm sure that 5-minute just closed, right? Yeah. I was waiting for the 5-minute close here. Little 5-minute gap now. Yeah, dude. Look at the size of this 5-minute gap though. That's ain't that a little freaky? The reason that I like this is because we're right. Like if we refine it a little bit. Hold on. Internet's lagging a little bit. TradingView's lagging. Bro, come on. It's TradingView. You okay. I just like that I like the idea of also us rebalancing to this low here. Every time I change time frames, it's okay. You know what? Piss off, TradingView. You know what? I've had enough. Yeah. Just because I'm curious. No, never mind. Should have switched it first. You don't get the 10-minute chart on Topstep X. We did kiss that 5-minute gap, the bottom of the 5-minute gap. Because I'm only in a partial of my position right now, if this hits TP for me, I'm going to literally be up $150. I was waiting for a little higher pullback to add 4 more micros. Might still get it. Did I get stopped out? No. No, I'm in short. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for that gray zone that you see on my chart there to add more. I put in a partial of my position because just in case I could get something for it. In case it went from a lower PD array. But yeah, I do think we're drawing to 367 in all likelihood. And yeah, I guess the only thing to maybe keep an eye on, it looks like NQ would beat ES to those lows, but that'd be about the only thing to worry about would be ES getting there first, maybe. So I'll put an alert on it just in case. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll see. This is all likelihood going to be the last trade of the morning for me. Getting a little later here. After 11 o'clock now. So, yeah, man. Interesting morning, though. Pretty interesting, I would say. I'll do a little pulse check here in the chat. Can I just set a limit here? I might just set a limit. Limit sell. We'll see what 3 looks like once we get triggered in here. I don't wanna risk too much. But yeah, let me do a little pulse check, shall we? I don't want to risk too much and then end up like trying to be stingy with my stop loss, and then that ends up like I get stop hunted. That would be the worst. Let me know, boys, how you guys doing so far today. Green, red, break even. I'm currently down $400 floating in this trade, obviously, at the moment. See how it shakes out. Yeah, if TP gets hit without me getting to add the rest to this position, then I'll still be green, but not by much. And for those of you guys looking at this saying this is negative RR, yes, for the moment it is, but my average fill will be higher if I get filled on the rest of this. And as of right now, I have my stop above this structure here. But in all likelihood, you know, the thought process is kind of that this should be breakaway. That makes sense. I don't know. I'm not trying to give you guys any optical illusions or lie to you. I'm just trying to give you my overall thought process on this. As best I can, boys. Why Michael got long today? Michael got long? My I am in the Telegram. I am in the Telegram. But I was thinking about leaving it this morning because I'm just kind of getting annoyed by all the notifications and I'm not really looking at it. Maybe I'll just mute it. Yeah, I got literally 30 unread messages. Sick. (9:04) 10:04 screenshot that returned to NDog. Oh. Hey guys, Michael says screenshot this. Return to NDog. Oh fuck. Sorry. Michael says screenshot this return to the end dog, would you? Would you go ahead and just do that for me? Screenshot that return to the end dog, please. Well, not for me, for Michael. Yeah, you guys can let me know. Maybe I'll listen to these later. I don't know. If he went long, though, I mean, I went long earlier. And I went long earlier. Got stopped. Once I break even, once for a loss. Yeah, dude. You can see why I got in a little bit, though. At least, if nothing else, this tiny-ass little trade makes up for my loss. So I guess it could be worse. I did notice the other day, though, that, yeah, he said he... Because I listened to the messages before... I don't know if... Was that earlier this week? But, yeah, he said he wasn't going to trade pre-market, and then literally, like, 10 minutes later, posted a pre-market trade. I'm like, dude. I mean, that's it. That's literally ICT, though. That was what he did on Twitter, too. He'd say, I'm not going to do something, and then do it. I'm like... It'd be like me sitting here and being like, yeah, guys, I'm not going to short. I'm not going to enter a short. Or I just say I'm not going to trade anything at all, and then I take a trade. And then I expect, and then I'm mad at you because you're like asking me why I did what I said I wasn't going to do. But then I turn it, I twist it, and I make it look like you're wrong. That's like what he does. You did the same thing this morning. Son of a gun. Yash, I'll go over my other trades at the end of the session here. Or you could always rewind the stream, but yeah, I'll kind of recap this session here once we're done with whatever happens here. But yeah, guys, I think I'll leave my position like this. I'll keep it above that 3-minute gap. Just because I really would hate to see this PD array fail. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's impossible for price to wick me out and tap into this BPR here. It can do whatever it wants, but just to kind of keep my risk at a minimum, I don't want to have my stop like jacked way up here, especially if I'm going to add. We'll see how it all shakes out, but as of right now, just riding this. ES should not be NQ to the low for Wednesday. Did I say that backwards? Yeah, ES should not be NQ to the low. This is not an invitation for you to long. Bye. Oh yeah, gaslighting. No, he's a good gaslighter. I mean, he is. But let's call a spade a spade. That's pretty much marketing at its finest. Like manipulation, it's just a lot of people say shit that they don't even mean just for clickbait. A tale as old as time. I try not to do that because I just feel like when I see other people do it, it bugs me. Like if I can tell, it just seems inauthentic. So I try not to be too clickbaity. even though that is probably the most effective way to get views. But yeah, to me, it just comes across as inauthentic. We do have a 15-minute, so if I show you guys the 15-minute structure here, 15-minute fair value gap there as well. You can see where my stop is placed in relation to the 3-minute chart above that gap. You can see my stop would be right at the body of this 15-minute up close candle. We'll find out if that's stingy or not. Too stingy. Oops. And if this just full-blown rips all the way back up here, well, that's pretty nasty. And I'm just going to go do a second leg day and hope I collapse under the weight of the bar. Smashed by a demand zone. I used to trade some supply and demand. Yeah, the only issue is we've got manipulation at these
Order
hourly.
filled.
All right, I got triggered in the rest of my position, boys. My 3 other contracts. We got manipulation at these highs here, and then we had this huge displacement down here on the hourly. So, yeah, I would like to see a low traded through. Versus us coming down here, generating more sell side, and then reversing. To me, that just seems a little less likely, but when at all-time highs, I mean, whatever. Either way, risk is managed, and I feel like I'm trading with some good logic, so I'm really prepared to live with whatever result the market makers have in store for your old friend Tyler trades here. What do the old market makers want to do with me today? What do they want to do? Will the 4-day green streak come to an end today? Or will it not? This is charging to your stop loss. Thank you. I did not notice that. Checks YouTube live chat. Yeah, the chart's going up, Tyler. Thank you. I was not aware. Is that what? Oh, is that what the green? Is that what these green things mean? It's going up. Oh. That makes sense. Do I change my strategy? What do you mean? Do I change my strategy? I don't think so. My entry might be different sometimes. In terms of like, I might use an inversion or an order block or just a regular fair value gap or a BPR. But no, I don't think so. And generally, I'm trying to frame a trade around the macro. My entry on this, remember, my initial add, that's why my average looks pretty poor here. I added a partial position early to the lower PD around the 1 minute, and we reacted. Look at this. This was the initial reaction. So I was short up in here. About to get stopped out here.
Order filled.
Down 1,000. So, and then we had this initial reaction in profit here. Some maybe would argue that I should have removed risk at that point, I guess. I don't know. Fair. But, yeah, initial reaction was correct. We took out a new low. Show you this look at this 15-minute candle, bro. Holy fuck. What a fucking shit show. RIP to me. Hey guys, we're back to the new day opening gap. Make sure you screenshot it before ICT tells you to. All right, so let's recap the trades. Woo! Let's recap this day. All right. Before we go, all right, guys, took 3 trades today, 1 stop or 2 SLs for me, and then 1 break even. The first trade was framed here in the first macro going to silver bullet hour. Framed this entry from equilibrium. So my entry was like 2 ticks higher than that entry price right there. Stop was below this fair value gap candle. Once we had this move up and essentially inversed this gap here, I went risk free. And the moment I trailed my stop to my entry, this next candle like took a nosedive. So this got stopped at break even. That was the first trade. Second trade. What was the second trade? Second trade was this long here. We came down, took out these lows here to the left, hit new day opening gap, waited. Oops. Manipulated the low one more time. We were not in a macro for this trade. This manipulated higher. We had open inefficiency above this swing high here. So I ended up entering basically halfway down in this wick. And stop was, I got stopped like right here. My stop wasn't all the way at the low. I put it like, I was eyeballing about 50% of that low here. And then yeah, that got ran out. So that was an L. And then obviously I just tried shorting toward previous new day opening gap from Monday and sell side at 367 Wednesday lows, which are currently being left open for now. So we see this deep ass retracement all the way back to new day opening gap, filling all of this higher time frame inefficiency here. And then this third trade, my entry was here. So yeah, this final trade was also in a macro. So I had one trade not in a macro, 2 trades in the 2 different macros of the silver bullet hour, beginning and the end. So, but yeah, down $1,023.58. after all that. With the bigger trade being this short attempt. Mainly because I added to it, obviously, but that was my plan. Stuck to the plan. You know, if I didn't stick to my plan and it worked out, I'd be kicking myself for doing that, so. No cherry picking. You take a trade, you gotta stick with the result. It is what it is. You're not always gonna win. You're not gonna win all the time, boys. Let's see here. I might have missed some stuff. Yeah, vote on the chat, boys. Put me down for a vote on the red side today. For now. For now. Might find something a little later on. But for now, we're red. You got full TP on the sell, Rick. Wow, look at you, you market wizard, you. Don't know what the logic was, but congrats, I suppose. Anyway. Oh, well. Risk managed. And, yeah, it's getting late. It's 11:30 now, so. PM session at 1:30. Did somebody say Trump was speaking? Is Trump speaking right now? Let me refresh the old YouTube here and see if he's speaking. I still don't. Yeah, okay, I see him speaking now. Holds briefing on America. Okay, so he's talking about the plane crash. Nice.
The initiative is part of the FAA's diversity. And
he has been talking for 10 minutes. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what kind of impact that had, if any, on the market today. For better or for worse, but I don't think it really had. It doesn't. It's tough to say, but yeah. Oh. But anywho, past two combines on that long to end dog. Look at you, Chauvin. Congrats. Yeah, I'm just trying to frame, like, looking at price here. I'm just trying to frame what I'm anticipating. I don't know. You guys sound off in the chat. I'm actually completely. I just have to say I don't know right now. I really don't know where price wants to go. I would like to see. I would like to say that it wants to go for these lows and, you know what I mean, run them out before we go higher. I would like to say that. But at the same time, I did not want to see these PD arrays fail. These bearish PD arrays, I did not want to see those fail. So, yeah, sound off in the chat. Where do you guys, are we going buy side or are we going sell side here? I definitely want to see sell side, I would say, just because we've already manipulated at these recent highs. And we have that SMT divergence there. So to get that close and then to just leave it like that, man, that's kind of less than ideal. You know? I have some breaking news for you, low trend. Whether you trade momentum, supply and demand, or ICT trading, you're gonna lose trade. Like, what are you talking about? I just love how people, when they witness somebody losing, it doesn't matter what the strategy is. It's literally all of a sudden that strategy sucks and you should trade their strategy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? As if their strategy never loses. Yeah, let's just spend our whole life cherry picking because your strategy never loses. Like, what are we doing here? All right, low trend. You have a good day. You guys have a good day as well. I'm gonna peace out for now. I'm gonna go to the gym. Come back, take a look at PM session, see where we're at, and I'll be back streaming tomorrow morning. Let's check the economic calendar here. We got PMI, Chicago PMI. We got price index, and employment cost index tomorrow morning, pre-market as well. So yeah, we'll be back live streaming tomorrow. Only 2 days streaming this week, obviously. So that'll be my plan for tomorrow, and I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, boys. Boys, follow me on Twitter. Come on. What the hell are you doing? If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Let me drop this in here, boys. If I may. Can I not? Copy. Paste. Boys, follow the old boy on Twitter, if you wouldn't mind, on X. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated there on if I trade anything else today. All right. But hey, appreciate you guys showing up. Like the stream before you head out. I will see you kids tomorrow morning bright and early. Appreciate you guys as always. And hey, it's been fun. It's been real. It's also been real fun. I'll see you kids tomorrow, all right? Have fun. Be safe.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.